Welcome to our weekly roundup of the top news stories from around the globe. I'm Anderson Cooper, and here are the headlines you need to know. This week we're covering tragedies, natural disasters, political upheavals, and moments of celebration. From a car crash in New Orleans to a plane crash in South Korea, we'll delve into the details and human impact of these events.
As revelers gathered in New Orleans to ring in the new year, a night of celebration turned into unimaginable horror. A car plowed into a crowd, leaving devastation in its wake. The suspect, Shamsuddin Jabbar, is now in custody, and authorities are working to piece together the events leading up to this tragedy.
A dangerous Arctic air mass has descended upon much of the United States, sending temperatures to record lows. The National Weather Service has issued severe winter storm warnings for the Midwest to the Northeast. The storm has caused widespread travel disruptions, with thousands of flights canceled and roads rendered treacherous by snow and ice.
A Boeing 737-800 crashed while landing in South Korea, killing all 129 people on board. The aircraft, operated by Asiana Airlines, was en route from Seoul to Jeju Island when it crashed just short of the runway. Investigators are working to determine the cause, with early reports suggesting landing gear issues and a possible bird strike.
Puerto Rico, still reeling from Hurricane Maria, was plunged into darkness on New Year's Eve when a massive power outage left over 1.3 million without electricity. The outage, caused by a fire at a power plant, has worsened the island's energy crisis and raised concerns about the power grid's fragility. The blackout has disrupted daily life, forcing hospitals to rely on generators, businesses to close, and residents to endure sweltering heat.
Hopes are fading for the release of Israeli hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Outgoing U.S. President Barack Obama has called for their immediate release, but Hamas has refused to comply. International efforts to secure the hostages' release are ongoing, but a breakthrough remains elusive. What began as joyous New Year's Eve celebrations in Karachi, Pakistan, descended into chaos when celebratory gunfire erupted, killing 29 people and injuring dozens more. Authorities have vowed to crack down on the practice, but it continues to plague the city during festive occasions. The incident has cast a pall over the celebrations and highlighted the need for stricter gun control measures. Speaker of the House under fire. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, faces mounting pressure to step down. Critics argue his leadership is ineffective, and he has failed to unite the Republican caucus. A vote on his future is scheduled for later this week, and it is unclear if he has enough support. President-elect Donald Trump made headlines this week with controversial statements and policy pronouncements. From his stance on immigration to his approach to foreign policy, Trump's presidency is shaping up to be consequential. His supporters are optimistic about the changes he has promised, while his detractors are deeply concerned about the direction he is taking the country.
A brutal cold snap has gripped Europe, bringing record low temperatures, heavy snowfall, and treacherous travel conditions. The severe weather has caused widespread disruptions with schools and businesses closed, flights grounded, and roads impassable. Aid organizations are working tirelessly, but the situation remains dire.
From the dazzling fireworks over Sydney Harbor to the iconic ball drop in Times Square, cities worldwide ushered in 2025 with jubilation and reflection. Millions braved the cold to witness the festivities, marking the start of a new year filled with hope. In a bid to revive its slowing economy, the Chinese government has announced sweeping economic reforms aimed at boosting growth and domestic consumption. The reforms include tax cuts, increased infrastructure spending, and measures to encourage innovation. The success of these reforms is crucial for China and the global economy. That's all for this week's top stories. From the tragedy in New Orleans to the political drama in Washington and the celebrations around the world, we've covered the events shaping our world this week. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay safe. Thank you.